Hello, beauties. How's everybody feeling today? We have, oh my gosh, I don't know about y'all, but the energy has felt insane. There has been a lot of shifts, there's a lot going on, and I don't know, how y'all feeling. Put it in the comments. Are y'all okay? Because, the energy has been whoa. In fact, it shut me down yesterday. I ended up coming home and going to bed at 9 something and not waking up until almost 11 a.m. today. So yeah, obviously I needed that. But let me know how you guys are feeling in the comments. We have what is the full moon in Aquarius, but it is also a super blue moon, which is very rare. The super moon is where the moon is actually the closest, the closest that it's ever been to Earth, right? And then we also have the blue moon, which is the third full moon in a single season. And it's supposed to be so rare that it only happens on an average of every 10 years. However, we did have one last year. So this is the second one in a season. 133. I keep seeing that number everywhere, so that might be significant for somebody. But the energy is whoa, because we have this full moon in Aquarius, which is an air sign, yet we are still in Leo season. So to me, it almost feels like a fire that's trying to go out, but then all of a sudden some strong wind just hits it, and air just ignites fire even more. So if y'all been feeling that energy, yeah. So for some, you may even be experiencing some burnout. You may feel really, really tired, really fatigued, drained, lethargic type of energy. I was going to pull cards and do a reading when I noticed my Work Your Light Oracle deck. And so I went ahead and I pulled a card from there, and I was going to pull clarifiers. But as I got to reading the card, it is perfectly fitting. It's perfectly fitting. So let me put the book in the light, y'all, so I can see. It's all about, the card is Unbound. I don't know if y'all can see that, if the lighting, what the lighting is doing to that. But it's all about releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. It says it is time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They are coming up to be healed. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. Take a look at patterns in your life that you are ready to release. Ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that have an expiration date. It could be a vow of silence, of chastity, or poverty. It is time to unwind from them. This is the life in which you free yourself from traumas of past lives. What old ways of being have an expiration date? When you name them, you claim them, and they stop holding power over you. When acknowledging these old patterns, it is also important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. For example, a soul pattern of playing small caused by a soul fear of being seen or sharing your voice would have served you by keeping you safe in order to grow. You now need to soften by receiving and calling in support. It is time to unbind from the old ways of being that are no longer sustainable. And so what comes to mind is I had a friend that I did a past life reading on, and she had taken she was a monk, and she vowed to live simplistic, and monetary gains was of no importance. And so that's how that was playing out in her life. She was content with the bare minimum. She never really felt motivated to earn more, to give herself a more comfortable lifestyle, even to the point to where like she didn't her home wasn't even fully furnished, but she was happy and content with those simple things because of that vow that she took. On a soul level, those things weren't important to her. As well as I did a reading for someone today, and it oh, actually, no, that was the Reiki session. I'm sorry. Let me redirect. I did a Reiki session, and there was some past life trauma that was still showing up in today's life, which showed up in the form of mistrust and always waiting for that betrayal and being stabbed in the back because of how she was betrayed in a past life. And so those are just examples, of that. But I had also just heard a full moon video, and the gentleman whose channel it was Victor Odu, and he spoke of his wife having this beautiful, what I would call angelic type of voice that needs to be shared, that is a gift because there's like an activation in that voice. But because of how she was glorified as a child and how it made her sibling feel less than, she then started to repress that gift. And so, what is it in your life? What pattern is holding you back or limiting you from completely shining, or just taking full enjoyment in this lifetime? There is a life card, a light activation that comes along with this, and it says, I release all old soul stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. I carry the lessons, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, forever unbound. So that is the statement, the activation statement that goes along with this card. All you have to do is just simply say amen, ashe, pray over it, ask God to release you from any old binds, contracts, life lessons from the past that is no longer serving the present. That is a good place for us to just go ahead and close that off. Please take full advantage of the energy that this super full moon is giving off. Not only is it a good time because it is a full moon to release all that does not serve us, but is also a great time to manifest all of our deepest desires, because that moon is so close to the earth. That means, it's like a magnet, when I read that article from NASA, and it's speaking about it being the third full moon in a season, the thing that really hit me was third eye activation, because not only they say the third full moon of a season, but it is a super blue moon, so I mean, that to me just felt like a really strong time for that third eye chakra to be heightened. So for those that have never experienced a third eye awakening, that may be the case for them right now. If you or whoever has already had a third eye awakening, this is going to be like that strengthening of it, to where like you see so clearly, just like the moon is so close to the earth. It's like boom, it's going to be right there in your face. There's like no way you can ignore it. In fact, I had some things that were just like shoved in my face that I was forced to look at, forced to accept, and I release it with love, and so that's all we can do is just understand why things have to happen and just, embrace whatever has to change, whatever has to be shed from our lives because it served its purpose. And now it's time to move on, right? So it's time to move on. Have a wonderful day, y'all. Bye.